recap from some of you on, we'll start off first with the mascara. Just, how has your teams been perceiving the new change with the mascara, the upgrade? How have your customers? How are you feeling about it? I'm super excited, but I just want to see if we need any more information about it that we can. I mean, Crystal did an awesome job today doing that frequently asked questions post in there, and then I know Michelle Bell has put together a couple cool videos, so I feel like there's been a lot of information put in there, but I just want to make sure that our girls are feeling good about this change, you're feeling good about this change, and see if we can kind of help each other get even more excited about it, to help get our customers excited about it for the launch on the 15th. So I'm just going to open it up to you guys to see. I just want to know how your teams are, how you and your teams are doing with the new upgrade with the mascara.
Holly?
Yes.
Hi, it's Cheryl. Okay, I only have 2 girls, which is still really good. I mean, I'm not saying only, but my 2 girls, both of them are in the middle of the new presenters, and they both are having parties. I'm helping them with the parties, and they're both doing very well. They're very focused. They're both network marketers, so they're doing really well. I'm having to actually send them the information on the new mascara because they're not allowed in the powerhouse until they finish the new presenters. So they're kind of missing a lot. So I'm having to send it over to them.
Okay, and I think, yes, we definitely need to get that stuff in that group. So that's a great reminder. I will do that tonight to get things posted in there for them to know what is going on. But it's also good.
It's really weird info going on.
What?
So they're doing
it's
really
like
well.
Recording over itself, like
I'm having to
playing
actually
or
send
something.
them.
I'm not sure what's going on. Is that happening for all of you?
No, it was not. It's not happening on my end. Who was that?
That was Katie.
Katie, do you happen to have the YouTube one open at the same time? Do you have two windows open with it going? Yep, that's what was happening.
That was so funny.
That's alright, I bet they're done that. That's okay.
So, okay.
I was like, make it stop.
That's so funny. Okay, so back to what Cheryl was saying. That's a good point. We need to put the information in there. So we'll go ahead and do that. It was kind of, I think, a lot for Crystal to have to do on her own.
Yeah.
On that Wednesday. So we'll get all of that put in there tonight.
Yeah.
You girls have it, but it's also great because that lets me know that you've been communicating with your new girls. So that is super awesome.
Well, one of them is on her second party, and now she's introducing, and she's very holistic. She's a PA, and she's very holistic, and she's really into the natural stuff. And so she's like, someone just asked me if it's gluten-free. What do I say? Where do I get the information? I can't find it. So I went over to the team page and saved it and sent it over to her. And I'm like, send her this. And she's like, thank you. You saved me. And I'm like, they're promoting the new mascara, but they don't have the information. So I thought, So.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's something that's been brought up before. There's not a whole lot of pictures in the new presenters group either. I've been meaning to get around to it, and it's it's one of those things that it gets on your list and then something else comes up, and so I will definitely get on that. Just as a heads up though, our stuff is all naturally based though, not all natural.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else have like how is your team doing with the new upgrade with mascara? Have you guys all got stuff ordered? Your one piece of makeup that you get to order before it launches?
I think my team's doing good. A couple girls that haven't really been doing much, I told them about it, and they were really excited. So I'm excited. I can't wait. Has anyone gotten theirs yet?
No, I don't think mine's even shipped yet.
Not that I know of. I read in Michelle Bell posted something about how a lot of the orders are still processing, I guess, just overload. So I don't think anybody's gotten it yet, not that I've seen.
Just the black status. So we have a few pictures in there for them.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm like, yay! When do we get it?
I know. I'm excited. Super. I know that there's been, a handful of people have been kind of negative towards it, but those are people that don't handle change very well. I love change, so I am like super, super stoked, and I totally trust Eric and Melanie. So I know this is going to be a good upgrade. So I'm extremely excited.
Right.
Has anyone had any concerns in their team with it that we can help answer questions or anything like that?
I think the biggest concern that anybody's brought up to me is how, I guess there's no way to know because no one's even had it for long enough to find out how long it lasts, but also that the rayon fibers aren't technically natural, and so they aren't sure how to market that.
I would just say keep it as naturally based. You can give them the definition of what it is, but I'm not nervous about that, and I don't have a lot of people that are like, a lot of my customer base wasn't super focused on having it 100% natural, and I actually think that we'll have less people that are actually allergic to this. So that's one reason why I'm excited about it. But we'll get some more information about that ingredient so that you guys can know. I think if you just take it, it's a naturally based. That is easy to market. You have to leave me alone. Good night. Yes, when I'm done.
I don't remember who I was talking to, or who I was watching, whether it was Haley Ragsdale or Bree Richardson. They mentioned something about the rayon fibers aren't exactly natural, but it's the plant-based cellulose rayon is like the cellulose is plant-based, so
yes.
That's how they were marketing it as far as naturally. So I don't know if that was what
and because our theme is nature, love, science, it combines it. So it's just a really cool. What? Just a minute. Ew, that stinks. I don't think so. Sorry, my husband had me smell some milk. Yeah, it just goes back to that nature, love, science. It's we'll post some more information on that, but as long as you keep it saying naturally based, then you're covering, just like with like our Glorious Primer, how it's 98% naturally based. It's going to be kind of similar to that. So
I was super excited. It's the same price, and a lot of my customers were too. Like, yay, it's the same price. We're like celebrating because it looks more like, it looks fancier. I'm so excited about the little windows. Oh, I'm excited.
I know, I'm super, and I think, and it's gonna last the same amount. They're not like the weight of the mascara hasn't changed, so the amount that's in there, so it's still gonna last the 12 to 16 weeks or however it normally would last. But I think it'll be easier to get reorders because of that little screen. So that's going to be pretty exciting. I'm I'm so excited. I cannot wait to get it in my hand so I can play around with it. And I think I'm gonna like it. LaDawn, have you had any like concerns, or your girls have any concerns or anything like that? Are they all pretty excited?
I think everybody's getting the hang of it. I know Tana was kind of worried about getting rid of her on-hand stuff.
Okay.
But I've talked to her and stuff about that, just maybe discounting it a little bit or however, and told her to set up a private group for that. I'm pretty excited now. I'll say that I wasn't super excited because I don't like change. But I'm getting myself excited for it because I like volume. So when I can get 400% of that, let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. And it might be a little bit, to get used to. Just like it was, the mascara for me at first, I loved that it would make my lashes longer, but I couldn't really get it the way that I liked it for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to probably be the same. So, but I'm excited because I think these will look less spider leggy because I think they're going to be more volume. So you're going to get the length plus the volume, which I feel like sometimes I'm missing because I would get really long, but then I was like, okay, I look like I have just 7 really long lashes.
Right.
So I'm excited about it. And as far as on hand, that was another thing I wanted to talk about. There's going to be people that are going to like the original better. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think it's all about the way that we talk about the new mascara coming out. I don't think, we want to avoid words like better. We can use words like enhanced or I know Crystal was talking about this a little bit with me this morning. Just some of the, using the right words also helps because you don't want people to feel like what they have isn't good. And that they can still use what they have, if that makes sense. So, say I had just had a lady that, bought a fresh tube from me 3 days ago. And, I don't want her to feel like, oh my gosh, I just wasted $29 when I could have gotten, better stuff. So I just want them to know that, if we market it, that it's just enhanced, and to look forward to getting the newer stuff, when it comes out or when they need their next refill, that they're not missing out on a lot, but it gets them excited about when they reorder. And I think with in Tana's case, getting rid of the what's on hand, because I know Audie has a lot on hand right now too. There's going to be people that want the original, just like we had a moisturizer that was called Brilliant that came out, or that was their original moisturizer before Divine, and I had so much of it on hand. And I was like, great, how am I going to get rid of this? But there was people that just loved Brilliant, and they didn't want to, they wanted to stock up. And so I actually had one lady that was looking for all over our town, and she ended up with 10 bottles because she wanted it so bad. So you're going to get people that are going to want the original and want to stock up on the original, and that's totally fine. But yeah, offering out a discount, maybe doing a gift with purchase.
Parties. That's what I'm doing.
She'll be able to get them sold. I wouldn't be too worried. Just keep her. Sounds like you're doing good with her. Keeping her reassured.
LaDawn, one of the things that I'm actually doing that I don't know where I got the idea. It just kind of popped in. I'm actually going to offer my mascaras for free with a qualifying party, because if they have a qualifying party, that's actually going to that's going to be for my mascara right there. So if they have a qualifying party, I'm going to give them mascara.
That's a good idea. There was another thing I told her was save at least one, because it may be that you personally don't even like it. So if you sell out of all your on hand and then you don't have it, So.
Hi. I think I liked what Crystal said also, is that emphasizing that it's made in the U.S. so that this kind of give people well, why are they doing a new one? just, I mean, as far as people that are super interested as why it's happening in the first place, is to emphasize that, well, now we can make it all in the U.S. and it's all, you know, American made, and kind of go that way rather than having any negative connotation towards the new one or the old one. It's just
Right.
it's different, and it is a brand new product. It's completely separate from the new mascara.
Right. It's like comparing apples to oranges. It's just totally different.
Also, with the on hand, I've let people know that the new one is coming, so they won't be mad when the new one comes if they spend the $29 on the one that I have on hand. Or I'm asking what they'd rather have, and I think that helps a lot too, to make sure that they know they have a choice, that this new one's coming. I'm not like making it sound like, oh, I have to get rid of all these mascaras. I'm just making it sound like, okay, there's this one or the new one that's coming.
Right. I think that's
So,
good.
I think one of the other things that Jamie and I actually have a booth coming up right after convention, and both of us have a pretty significant amount of on-hands left. And one of the things that we're also going to do at their booth is when they say, I'd like a mascara, we're actually going to say, would you like the hard case or would you like the soft case?
Yeah, I think it's cool to be able to give our customers a choice. I think that for the first
It's up
little
in the
bit.
same, it's up in that cabinet to the left on the bottom. Sorry. Speaking of the hard case, another thing that Crystal said was, everybody that has bought your mascara before, if you want to like have a little in with all your past mascara customers, just say, hey, this new one's coming out, and just so you know, your new ones will fit in your old case, so don't get rid of it.
I think they'll fit. Hopefully.
Didn't Michelle Bell say that they do?
Yes, Michelle Bell was on her call right after the announcement that night. She did it live. She took the old case, took the new mascaras, and put them in, and they fit perfectly.
Okay. I couldn't tell with how it was designed because, like I said, I've missed quite a bit. So I'm trying.
Is there a recording of the Wednesday afternoon call that, you know, with Snaffle Fun and we got to watch it? They're recording of that?
Yes, in Powerhouse Files, underneath 3D Mascara Info, it is underneath there. It's labeled Epic Announcement.
Thank you.
In fact, all of the stuff all the recordings, so like Michelle Bell's videos, recap videos, the announcement, anything that I could get my hands on, I put in there.
And are you going to put them on the new presenters group, or do you want me to snatch them? Okay, great. Thank you.
We can put them in there. I think, did we have the recording for the Epic call put in the new presenters group?
No.
Okay.
We did not. Okay. There was so much going on that day. I was lucky I got it in the Powerhouse.
Yes, we'll get everything updated in there. One of the reasons why the new presenters group is the way that it is, because we want it to be super basic and not overwhelming. And so we have it set up in a way, and it, you know, we're still playing around with it because it is only a month and a half old. But the reason why we have it set up is because we want it to be have it be super basic. So sometimes we forget to post in there because we don't want to muddy up and give them too much information. Does that make sense?
I totally agree with you, Holly. Totally agree.
Leave, like, kind of up. That's one reason why, like, we're glad, like, we have, like, this conversation. This is what leadership group is all about, so that we can, like, bounce ideas off each other. But it also, I do love the fact that you are on top of it with your girls. And that's one reason why I didn't want to put everything into the new presenters group, because we want them to have to come to you for questions, if that makes sense. Like, if we put everything in there, then I feel like there's no need for communication between presenter and anyways. But yes, we need to have some things in there for sure to help them with their business. And so that is definitely stuff we'll get put in there. But I'm just really glad that you are communicating with your girls. It's evident. So that makes me super happy that that's working.
One of them called me 11 times 2 days ago.
Yep, we've all been through that.
But But it was about good things. I mean, it was, it wasn't negative. It was all very good things.
Oh,
So,
good.
yeah.
Okay. So I think we have. Is everyone good on mascara questions and all? Oh, I was gonna say something else that Crystal and I have talked about. We are both, and we're kind of doing things a little differently, but I'll give my idea and then I'll let Crystal do hers. But I'm actually gonna do a couple customer appreciation launch parties. I think I'm going to start mine 2 days before the launch of the mascara to kind of just do like product education for my customers. And I'm also going to be doing it more of like I need, once you get your mascara ordered, I need you to be, I need your opinion on it. I need your selfies because I need to get, my what is the word that I'm looking for? Oh, oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Anyways, I just need to get more, that reputation built back up for the mascara, and I need to get, so they're going to be kind of like my lash models, my mascara plus lash models. So I'm going to be either doing, gift with purchase, a discount on their first mascara that they buy, or I'm thinking about doing more of like once you purchase it and you give me your review and your image, then you can get a half price coupon or a eyeshadow of your choice, something like that, just so that I can get that, because I just need to have, I want them to feel like they're also feeling privileged because they're my customer and they're going to be the first to get their hands on it. And so that's kind of how I'm putting my launch party, and I'm going to keep it to like 15 to 20 people in each party, and it's just going to be customers only in these parties. And I might do because I have a people from that have added me as friends and I've added them as friends, I might put them all in a party once it's launched so that they can kind of see before and after pictures. But my customers, I love that I can get like feedback from them. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I know Crystal is going to be doing a launch party too. So Crystal, do you want to kind of share what your plans are for your launch party?
I'm actually going to be doing mine 5 days ahead of time. So I'm going to start mine on the 10th. And honestly, I'm just going to put as much information as I can in there. I mean, without spamming them, of course. Keeping it to the format that we kind of already have with the once in the morning and the 3 at night. But I'm actually going to be doing giveaways. I'm going to probably do a little bit more parties, like games and stuff like that. I want them to actually go to the website and kind of look at the mascara. So I might be doing like something that says, can anybody tell me what kind of fibers that the mascara is going to be in, or something like that, and give them maybe a half off coupon or different things like that. Like Holly, I'm trying to portfolio. That's the word that Holly was looking for. I'm trying to expand my thing on that as well, because that's the biggest thing. We only have this handful amount of pictures right now of people with mascara. So I'm also going to be doing giveaways on if you post a mascara picture and you tag me in it, I might throw you something. I haven't decided what yet, but I will. If maybe I get a party, if you start a party with me, a kind of a giveaway type thing. So that's just what I'm going to do. But I'm going to start mine 5 days ahead of time because I want to actually be taking pre-orders as well. I figure I already actually have a list of pre-orders. I have about 4 or 5 people who had me pre-ordered with me. So I'll put them into a group. I'm not going to do, I know Holly's going to do a little bit smaller. I'm going to do a little bit bigger, but still on the smaller size, and just do a couple of them as well. So just some people that I really know are interested. And the ones that I have that are interested in possibly joining as well, I'm going to put them in a whole nother separate group. And instead of focusing on the mascara, just the mascara, then kind of maybe hit upon the kit a little bit more as well.
How are you guys approaching your current mascara customers about pre-ordering? Because I just don't know how to go about it, like the verbiage I should use, or if I should even, I don't know. Did anybody have any tips on that?
I am just as excited as possible. I mean, I am a customer just like they are, so I kind of, what would attract me is, I don't really want to have someone want to sell me more of anything, but I do like to be updated from, if I'm for instance, there's a few things from Posh that I like, and if they came out with a new, pedicure scrub, I would want to know about it because I like their foot scrub. So I'm just going to be like, oh my, like I'm just sending them a picture. I'm just like, holy cow, I'm so excited that we are upgrading our mascara. Check this out. What do you think? Kind of just like I want their opinion. And I am just saying, I'm going to be doing a pre-order, or I'm getting pre-orders now just so that I can make sure that my customers are, one of the first to be able to try it out and let me know what they think. So just I want their opinion.
I've been kind of doing the same thing. Some of the wording that I've been using is I call all my customers uniqueaholics. So I'll message mine and go, all right. From one uniqueaholic to another, have you seen this stuff? And I've had some people go, yeah, I've seen it. Oh my gosh, what is that? Or do you have a picture of what it is that's new? Or I've had some other girls go, no, I've been busy. I haven't seen it. Well, what is it? Tell me about it. So then I'll send them a picture. There's a collage picture that we have in group that I send them. And after they see it, I'm like, so what do you think? And most of the time they'll, say something about, what they like or dislike or it's cool or not cool. And then I'm like, oh, I totally forgot to even ask. Where are you sitting when it comes to your mascara? They're like, oh, I still got a little bit left or whatever. Or, yeah, I'm getting close to that. So that's kind of how I'm approaching my girls.
What is going on with my phone right now?
Okay. Trying to think, what was the other thing that I was going to go? Okay. So talking about the new presenters kit really quick is another thing that I kind of want to go over. This is awesome. This time last year, July and August were really big sponsoring months. July because they had the no tax on presenters kits also, and then August because they were seeing everyone post from convention. So this is huge. So we want to make sure that it's not a daunting task that people feel like it, just another thing to do. So really getting our girls excited and pumped up about, getting their teams expanding and sharing that, I think is huge. And just, I think if we can come up with verbiage for them to be able to use, I think is huge. And another thing that I think we needed with our girls kind of be teaching them is the power of posting like non-salesy posts, and also the power of being positive. So I know, no one wants to be fake on Facebook. We kind of want to keep it as real as possible. But if we have girls on our team that we notice that maybe post about being sick a lot, or post about controversial stuff, post about money problems, different things like that, or marriage problems, it is okay to be you. We need to let them know, but maybe if we can give them suggestions on what to post, like if you do have someone on there that people aren't really used to being so much in the public. And I think sometimes they forget that they're marketing themselves as well as just a product. So making sure that we help our girls with ideas on what to post, I think is huge. So with this, no one wants to join a team that has someone who's happy 1 minute and then depressed the next minute. And because, like, if think about it this way, and this is what I've told some of my girls. Okay, so when you watch a sitcom on TV and you have that week in between, you know, it only comes on like a Tuesday. So for instance, like the Pretty Little Liars, that is one. Or I'm trying to think of another one that I watched and I was like, oh my gosh. Another one was The OC. So you watch those per week, and it seems like the timeline goes a lot longer because you're watching it only 1 week. But when you get it on Netflix and you watch it one right after another, it seems like they break up and make up like every 30 minutes. Does that make sense? Because you're watching them like one right after another and you're like, oh my gosh, they just broke up like 15 times today. And then what we forget is that, okay, that would have been over a span of like a year. So I think the same thing goes with our posting, you know, that people are seeing us, they're not seeing the in-between things of us. So like, for instance, I'll give, like, I'm trying to think. Okay, so like 4 years ago, I was working for another direct sales company, and I was not as, you know, I liked it okay, but there's a lot of things. Anyways, and my boss, even though I was supposed to be my own boss in this company, my boss was on Facebook only so that he could see what we were all doing to tell us how much time we were wasting when we were in meetings. So I made sure that when I was sick, I posted how sick I was, like every day that I was sick, so that he knew that I was really sick, if that makes sense. But I look back at my timeline back then and I'm like, oh my gosh, I look so depressed because all I ever posted was how sick I was. Because anyways, even though I wasn't like really that sick. I don't know how to explain it. But I just looked super depressed because all I ever posted for that year of working, when I was almost done with wanting to be in that company, I was literally sick all the time. So it was just funny. So we just want to make sure that when we're posting as much positive things as possible. So giving our girls ideas on what to post is going to attract people to us to join. So it's not only asking, we just need to let them know, like, it's not only going out and asking people to join, and it's not just posting, join my team, join my team. It's like everything in between. Mm-hmm. So, you know, planting that seed. So, you know, posting a picture of your kids and maybe having the unique logo in the background. Or, you know, I'll post cute things like with Raven holding my lip gloss. Just different things that like show that I'm still doing my family stuff, but I also have, you know, unique as part of my life. And it's not so like unique this, unique that, or join my team. Because I honestly think that like every now and then I'll do like join my team type of post, but it's only probably a couple times a month. It's not very often because it's not very personable, but it does let people know that I'm still working my business, if that makes sense, because I obviously can't email and message everyone, you know, all the time. Mm-hmm. So it just catches those one that I couldn't message. So I think giving them ideas on how to post to attract people, I think is going to be huge, because I know a lot of people are like, I just can't find anyone that wants to join my team. And it has to do with, you know, not only asking, but you have to be a person that looks like they want people on their team and attracts people, if that makes sense.
Holly?
Yes.
I know I'm posting a lot about unique, but I'm excited about it.
Oh,
but,
I wasn't even thinking of
No, I know you weren't pointing fingers at me. But with the company I was with, we really couldn't mention the word ever. Anyway, there's actually a formula. I've done a lot of branding podcasts. There's a formula that a lot of network marketers use. Number one is, I just want to say this, the worst thing you could do is possibly comment on politics, and the election is coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Because basically you're going to piss like 50% of the people off, and they're not going to want to buy. If they're a Democrat, they're not going to want to buy from a Republican that's screaming, you know what I'm saying. So, I mean, I do have an affiliation, so I do like, I never comment on someone's post. I might push like. That's about as far as I'll go. But,
right.
you will piss people off. So, but it's all about attraction marketing, and there is a formula that a lot of companies use, and the acronym for it is FROMC. So you try and post something about your family for the word F, and then the next post is about your occupation. And you can make your own acronyms up. I mean, I don't have a very exciting life, so I have to make my own up. The R is for recreation, so maybe you take your kids to the park, you're hiking the mountains or something. You want to show people that you're living the life, even if you're not really living the life, because like people will attract like people. And then so it's FOR, and then the M stands for, and this is one I always forget. I'm not horrible because I have my own acronym, but the C stands for like community or charity or something like that. So if you do that, and then if you do those 4 or 5 posts, then the next post would be something about unique. So you break it up. And I used to be really good about this. I'd have a chart, and I'd just be posting it along every day. And then I would do a network marketing post or something. So there is a whole little form to it. And if you're interested, I could probably write something up and post it.
That's a good idea. Yeah, my rule of thumb is that for every one unique post I do, I try to do at least 3, like home, family,
exactly,
something like that, to just break it up.
Right. So a lot of people are drawn to people who only have positive posts. Like I have, for instance, because I'm not a good writer, I have 3 books that I basically bought at the thrift store. One's on success, and there's quotes in here. And I'll find a quote, and I'll find a picture, and I'll quote somebody. Today I quoted Grandma Moses. So, and it was a cute quote. Nobody guessed who it was, so I told them who it was. And then I have one called Inventing Success, which is all different types of quotes. And then I'll find a quote, and then I'll make my own quote underneath it, and I'll sign Cheryl, kind of to emulate it. And then I have another one called No Excuses, which is about self-confidence, which I just take a paragraph from this book, and I have more comments about the self-confidence book, about business self-confidence, all different types of self-confidence, but the posts go crazy. So I try and use these books.
Yes.
I've been really doing a lot of studying on unique, and I really need to go back and do these posts because people really connect with you through these quotes.
Yeah, so. And you want to be a light in people's lives, and you don't know that you are until you've done the posting for a while. You'll get people to start you'll notice them liking it more and then commenting more, and then you'll start getting personal messages. And sometimes they don't even say anything, and you just get a random personal message just saying, I love your business page, or
right, you're always so positive or something.
Yeah, and so that's good. And anyways, and none of you guys that are on have this problem, and not very many girls in our group actually has this problem. But going back to what she was saying about politics, that's totally true. Anything that can be viewed as controversy, I try to avoid. I do have a strong opinion on a lot of things, but my Facebook is my storefront, and I don't like controversial things on my storefront because I don't want people to feel attacked. I want them to feel at peace when they think of me and they think of my viewpoints. I mean, there's some things that I do stand for, like I'm religious, and so I do post a lot of religious things because that is who I am. That is part of me. But you'll never see me posting who I'm voting for. You'll never see me posting about if I think someone is right or wrong. If I like this Bruce Jenner thing that's going on, I will never talk about my true feelings of whether I think this is right or wrong because I just don't want people to I don't want people. I want to be a peaceful person, if that makes sense. And I feel like the best way to do that is to just, I just love everyone,
Right.
and it shows on my Facebook. And
I just posted something just before the call, and I thought about it for 10 minutes. And it actually came from my pastor's wife in Pennsylvania. And she's not off color at all, but it was a little off color joke. And I thought, should I post this or not? And then I posted it, and I said that my pastor's wife, posted it, so it must be okay. But it's a comic, and it says, everything is made in China except for kids are made in Virginia.
Oh, I've seen that. That's really funny.
I couldn't stop laughing. I thought, I want to repost it, but is it too off color? Is someone going to be offended? And I thought, well, if Gay Odines can post it, I can post it.
Yeah.
But that's about as off color as I'd ever get.
Yeah. And I mean, I think we definitely need to be who we are. And, I have a sense of humor, and sometimes my humor is a little bit, I say but and things like that. But, you want to be who you are, but you just want to make sure that when you're posting, you're not really siding too much with one side or the other if it's not super important, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
It'll all pass.
And you don't want, you just want to have a good spirit about you. Like, you want to be uplifting and positive, and you want to be a role model, but you want to be a role model for multiple viewpoints, if that makes sense. Like, you want everyone to feel comfortable with you, as long as it's not, you're not standing up for what you believe in, if that makes sense. But anyways, okay, that's kind of a little off topic. But as far as the presenters kit goes, we want to, let's help our girls really focus this month on sharing the opportunity. And one way that's really good about doing this is solidifying their why, really finding out why your girls joined, get their emotion in it, and really connect with that and let that lead them. When you do things with a purpose, things become more natural. So like the moment that my why shifted from just trying to really hurry and get promoting, like I really wanted to like hit black at a certain amount of time, and I really wanted to have a team that was, had this many people by a certain amount of time. When I stopped thinking like that and it was more organic and more, I feel like my why became I truly wanted to help people, women, feel better about themselves and be able to stay at home, and it completely shifted. People were naturally coming to me, and I was naturally being able to find people and help them inspire because I could share my why with them and it was authentic. So if you can really talk to your girls this month, I mean, if you can personally call them, meet with them, and really talk about their why, and then let their why move them and show them how they can use their why to attract people and to talk to people about joining, it will be a huge game changer. It doesn't feel so intimidating, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to be a salesperson, or I don't want to come off too salesy or too pushy. But when you think about, like, for instance, someone's why could be, maybe they have never been able to stay home with their kids, and so that is their why. They want to be able to raise their own children. You can have that be, have that help drive them, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get our girls just super excited about their whys and figure that out. And then if you guys need help with, how to talk about the opportunity with people or anything like that, let us know as leaders, and we can help you come up with a dialogue to be able to to go back and forth, because I know that is a lot of it. A lot of times it's just like, how do I start? Like, where do I start? Mm-hmm. So, and I think that the 3 C's is a great way to be able to start, first complimenting them, and then everyone likes to know who you are and connect with you. So, knowing your why and being able to share that is huge. Okay. Anyone else have any comments?
Do you ever do 3-way calls with people that are interested?
I haven't. I know a lot of other teams do. I haven't had anyone that have offered, offered it. Like I can do that anytime. I just haven't had anyone really want to jump on a call.
Right, because you become the closer. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the three-way calls.
Yeah, well, and I don't like anytime someone's like, hey, for instance, one of my friends has joined Melaleuca. I used to be in Melaleuca just because I love their products, and I was gonna sign up because I wanted to start getting the cleaning products again because they're more natural, and the moment he said, okay, well, I'm gonna have my business partner, we're gonna call you, and I was like, no, you don't understand, like, I don't want. The moment he said that, I backed off, and I was like, no, you don't understand. I don't want to do this with a business partner. I don't want anything. It just sounded too like I was having to commit to something. Does that make sense? So if you want to do a three-way call, just make sure it's very, very casual, like more like, hey.
It's more like an introduction, welcome to the team kind of thing.
Yeah, or even like, let me help you get your questions answered. You can kind of get to know, whoever your upline is or whatever. So, but yeah, if you want to do three-way calls, webinars, anything, we can do that. One reason why I like the guest pass is because it gets them in there. They can see how our team works, and it's not as threatening. It's very like, okay, I'm going to kind of peek and see what it's like, and we can give them the information, but it's not like we're not telling them they have to do it. Does that make sense? It's very non-threatening. So, okay, the last thing, Crystal has been working on a YouTube list. I'm going to have Crystal kind of talk about this a little bit, but I'm excited because I know sometimes now that we only have a certain amount of groups, and I'm seeing that some people are just maybe leaving other groups so that they're in less groups, and we're not putting all of our girls in a ton of groups. We want to make sure that we have information from as many people around us as possible. So besides our upline, like Lindsay and me and Crystal and Nicole, like us having our YouTube channels, Crystal has come up with a list of other people outside of our little, lovely circle of who we can follow and subscribe to so that we can get information from the best of the best. So Crystal's going to kind of talk about this a little bit.
Well, pretty much already did it. This is exactly that. It's just a YouTube list of, for any, not even just for inspiration, but even for product videos. Like as an example, the Black Status people have the mascara right now. Well, they're doing, videos of the Zulus showing it. So we try to put as many in group as we can, but obviously we don't want to spam group with nonstop, so-and-so did this, and so-and-so did this, and so-and-so did this. So I'm actually going to, I made a list. I got a whole bunch of people's basically favorites, if that makes any sense. I went to like Michelle Bell and got her favorite list of people to follow, and then a couple of other presenters that I'm actually friends with as well. So if you guys have anybody that you just adore, let me know and I'll put them on the list. So for right now, I'll tell you who I have on my list, so that way I don't get spammed with a lot of 100 Amber Voights as an example. I have Michelle Bell, of course, Amber Voight, Sherry Brown, Nicole Smith, Haley Ragsdale, Bree Richardson, Tammy DeWitt, Ella Whitaker, Kara Cloyd, Carly Reeves, and Sean Nelson. And this is just a compilation so far. And then what I'll do is I'll post not only their YouTube, but then I'll also post their Facebook page as well. Obviously, as presenters, want to have room on our Facebook for our downlines and for our customers and that type of thing, just the same as our uplines do and the Black Status presenters do. If you want to send them a friend request, that's okay. Most of them will either accept it or not accept it. Most of them are actually full-on friends as well. So the reason I'm actually going to put their Facebook links is so that way you can also go and follow them on Facebook. There's a little follow button that you can click. Follow them, and then you can also kind of see what they post as well. So that's going to give you kind of a good idea of you know, should I or shouldn't I post something like this? You know, their vibe, what they're kind of putting out there, and for you to kind of see more, I don't want to say more positive people, but, you know, kind of how the big shots are running their companies, because the best way to get to the top is by copying the people at the top.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys do have any to add to that list, let me know. Yeah, and we'll get those posted into group.
Mm-hmm. I just have one more question. I know I ask a lot of questions, but I love conference calls, and I did find this Bay Area group that, I don't know if it's the Bay Area group, but it's Melanie has a bunch of them posted. There's like 25 of them or something. I've been listening to those. Is there like a weekly or a morning conference call? I know a lot of teams and different network marketings, they do conference calls like every morning, even if you're not on it, you can listen to it. Is there a regular conference call, like a daily one or weekly one?
We have one. Usually it's the third Tuesday, I believe, of the month. Corporate does a corporate training call with a Black status.
Okay.
So there's that. I have been personally, I haven't told anyone this, but in one of the network marketing companies that I worked with, I had a love-hate relationship with it, but we did a morning like inspiration. It was just like 10-minute call, and we would have like a guest speaker each time, just give like a morning inspiration to just get people. It was just to like pump you up. It was like a good dose of positivity first thing in the morning. I have been thinking about doing something like that, where it's just like Monday through Friday. It will be like it would be a call, like just a number, the same number, like a conference call. You just chime in, you can listen, get your little dose of inspiration, and then, you know, go on with your day. I am still thinking about it because mornings are, one thing that I hated about it is I hated being committed to doing that every morning at a certain time. So if like there was a morning I wanted to sleep in, I couldn't because I was in charge of the stupid call. So I have been thinking about doing something like that because it was awesome to be able to start off my morning just on a positive note. But I also didn't like the commitment of it. So I have been playing around with that in my mind, trying to see how committed I wanted to be to something like that. But I think Amber Voigt might have something like that she was doing. I know she posted about it a while ago. I can look through her stuff and see if she's still doing it and give you that information. But would you guys, is that something you'd even be interested in, getting on? Like, it would just be, you'd be on mute, silent, no one needs to talk, just whoever is in charge of the call that day would just do like something that they read that they thought was inspirational? Or is that just like one more thing to have to listen to that would just be too much?
What time of the day are you thinking?
It would be AM. So that's the thing, is we'd have to do it.
Holly?
Yeah.
I just actually got a message. Amber does hers on Periscope every morning now.
Really? Wonderful.
See, Periscope, that would be a good idea. And if it's not like me having to do it every morning, then I think I could handle that. It was just like, as a leader, I was required to be on these because I was supposed to be, anyways. It was just too much. I was like, I feel like I'm committed to like a job, and I've never had because I do hair, I've always been in charge of my own schedule. And so here I was working for this company that was supposedly supposed to be like working my own business, and I felt like I had to clock in. And I don't want people to feel like that. I want people to feel like, you know, they can do whatever they want and be successful.
I know one of the teams that I was with my former networking company, we did Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7:45 in the morning, and it worked well, the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because it wasn't a 5-day-a-week one. It was 15 minutes.
Okay.
So, you know, and then I had an 8 o'clock call that I listened to on a team I was not on, but they were so inspiring, and I listened to that like straight afterwards at 8 o'clock to 8:30. So, and they really pumped me up. So.
Yeah, and I think that's good. Like personal development is the biggest part of this company. So I think that's huge. I think that with Crystal's list of YouTube, and if we get on Periscope, I think if you follow as many people on Periscope and YouTube, there will be plethora of videos to be able to watch.
Right. Oh yeah, I already do that. I just wondering if there was some call that I was missing. You know, that I know today's Monday and I should listen to this.
Yeah. Not yet, but if you know, we can kind of put that out there in the group and see who would be even interested in doing like a morning power hour, or 15-minute, 10-minute, whatever. We can put that in.
Yeah, the way we did it was, there was a leader and someone would call and say, would you be willing to do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week and lead the call? And you could talk about, whatever you want, like Eric Worre's, or Big Al has a lot of great books, like icebreakers, and just basically talk about, to something, how do you approach somebody about prospecting? What do you say? What are the right words to say? And just do a little research on it, talk to some people, and then just, give your 15-minute spill. So.
Yeah.
Before Katie pops off here, actually, not to interrupt or anything, Cheryl.
That's okay.
Katie just popped that she was going to go to bed. Katie and Jamie, I don't know if Jamie's able to talk or not, but I wanted to give a shout out to you guys for helping me out this week. You are absolutely fantastic. And Audie was there too. She's not on the call. She was fantastic too. And who am I missing? So we had Katie. Emily was awesome too. So Katie, before you jump off, I wanted to kind of hear from you what you thought about doing it. Was it something that was it empowering for you? Like what was your experience, I guess, kind of doing it?
It was so cool. And when he messaged me, I was like excited. I felt honored, and I just felt really happy that you guys like valued me as well. Like, I don't know, because I'm only a pink, and I know we're not supposed to say that we're only pink, but it kind of felt really cool because I'm not a green, and I'm not leader status yet. So that was really cool. Thank you. And sorry, on Friday night, I kind of like, I don't know, I started doing tie-dye, and I forgot to post in the evening.
I have to say, I couldn't see anything that was going on while I was camping. I got notifications because I had 3G every now and then I had like 1 bar of service. So I could get notifications. I could never open anything up, which was super annoying. But I have to say, my heart was so full that whole week, just seeing like everyone who helped out and posted. Like I could feel like your guys' power and positivity just through the notifications. Like I was never worried that anything, I mean, Crystal had it handled, obviously, but I just felt so good because I had, there was talk of, every now and then I could get a message from someone, and I know that in a couple other groups that I'm in, there was a lot of scared people for the announcement, a lot of, not necessarily a lot of negativity, but just not very positive, if that makes sense, and not very much excitement. And anytime that I had something pop up from Powerhouse, it just was like a breath of fresh air. I just knew that our group was embracing it and just running with it, because you ladies are seriously fantastic. So it was so much fun being an outsider and seeing like all of you guys posting. It was, and then seeing your personality in your posts. I totally love that. Totally love that.
So the reason I bring it up is Holly and I are throwing this idea around. We're calling it, let's just say month MVPs. Where, for whatever reason, we feel that somebody has done a really good job for the month, and we kind of each get to pick one, and then that person gets to run Powerhouse. for a day during the month. So that's why I kind of wanted to, see how you girls felt. I mean, if it was something that was too overwhelming, that was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, or like how it kind of made you girls feel. So, yay, I'm so excited. So, so apparently that's an idea we should implement, Holly.
Yes, yes.
It is so cool because it really helped me be a better leader in my own group, because I was like, wow, if they value me this much in the powerhouse, then that means I am doing a good job in my little makeup chicks group. So I felt really cool.
Good. Well, this was a good call. Does anyone else have anything else that we need to kind of... I have a list of stuff I need to do after I love these calls because the group is your guys' group, and we're just here helping to try to make it more organized and have it be, have as much information packed in there as possible without being overwhelming. So your guys' input and being on these calls seriously is the heart of our group. So I appreciate it. I know Crystal appreciates it too. Does anyone else have any comments, concerns, anything else we need to go over before we end?
Sharing them. Seriously, I have a whole page of notes right now from you guys.
Me too. Okay. Well, thank you, ladies, for being on. I love you all, and I'm so glad to be back. I felt like I was missing a part of my family. It was so weird. It was a good break, but it was so weird. I just was like, I miss my girls. So I'm glad to be back. Oh, thanks, Jamie. Okay. Well, I think that we are done.